Good afternoon, everybody. Happy to be here. It's been a bit of a marathon day, so I hope I will bring a message which you can still appreciate after so much information.
Sorry, if you have a presentation.
Okay, yes, thank you. So yes, I will try to run quickly through what I've prepared for you. So let me start with saying a couple of words about where I come from, where I work, is CINEA. Now, CINEA is the executive agency that is dealing with climate, infrastructure, and environment. And I'm here today to speak about a number of funding opportunities that we manage within this agency. So we had the image of the starfish. So if you look a bit at CINEA as a starfish, I will talk about a couple of the arms of this body. I will not be exhaustive because that would take us too far and too long, but I will try to highlight a number of funding possibilities under the EMFF, which is now becoming MFAF, which is the European Maritime Fisheries and Aquaculture Fund. I will also speak about Blue Invest, also funded by MFAF. And then I will use the information which I got from my LIFE colleagues to go into some possibilities which might be interesting for the WestMED under the LIFE program. And then to finish, I will shortly go into Horizon Europe, the waterborne strand, which opens up yet other funding possibilities. So I hope you can all see this. To start with MFAF, we talked a lot about tourism today, also yesterday. And under the MFAF fund, CINEA is now has launched a call, which is a flagship call for the WestMed, so dedicated to the Western Mediterranean, to support, I would say, sustainable, that's the magic word, sustainable investments in the tourism sector. The goal of the call is to tap into the ecotourism market. Second, to boost innovation and digitalization of the tourism sector, also things that we've heard are really promising for the future and for a recovery of this sector. And then third, one of the objectives of the call is clearly to improve the business environment in the tourist sector, so to support SMEs in this sector. Now the call has two main strands. One is we hope to see projects that tap into innovation in destination management. And the second stream of projects that we hope to find is design of smart ecotourism packages. I'm not going to go into the details, it would take us too long, but in the call text you will find examples of what these projects could be. So maybe important for this audience is to understand the different eligibility criteria under the call. Important is that consortia needs to include minimum 4 entities from 4 different eligible countries. And there it is clear that we expect to have at least 2 EU member states, but the call is clearly open to non-EU countries in the Mediterranean, in the Western Mediterranean. As we want to support private-public cooperation, one of the criteria is also to have a private sector business entity or an association in the partnership, and to have a local, regional, or city-level authority. Projects should last between 24 and 36 months. You have the available budget on the slide. And the call, that's the good news, is open until 12 January. So those who already have good ideas or partnerships ready that could fit into the objectives, please go to the funding portal at CINEA. Okay. Then the second interesting funding opportunity under MFAF is the Blue Invest mechanism. I'm sure many of you know what this is. It's a bit from a different angle. The idea of Blue Invest is really to boost innovation and to support investment in sustainable technologies for the blue economy. So what Blue Invest is doing is to support investment readiness and access to finance for startups, for scale-ups, for SMEs. It helps to find a path to the market for innovation-led projects, and it really tries to connect innovation, investment, and impact by supporting technologies that address environmental, social, and climate change challenges, so that help us to green the maritime industry. The Blue Invest mechanism, if I can call it like that, is quite complex, has a lot of different components, some of them which are open only to EU, but others are clearly also open to non-EU. And to non-EU, I think of the Blue Invest community, of course, being part of the community, but also showcase your projects in the Blue Invest pipeline. So there's a clear access to non-EU countries. They are listed on the slide. And I think it's worth for all those in the southern countries, non-EU countries who have interesting investment projects to delve into the information that is available and try to get your project into this community and into this pipeline. How am I in terms of time?
1 minute.
1 minute,
Thank
okay.
you for asking.
So I'll be very quick to also present what my colleagues of LIFE have sent to me. So the LIFE program is, of course, much more than marine and maritime, but it's important, an important message to underline that there's lots of marine elements in different strands under the LIFE program. You have them on the slide: nature, circular economy, climate adaptation, strategic projects. So under these streams of funding, it is worth to check out the information because maritime-related projects could find a source of funds in there. This is just a slide showing how many maritime-related issues have been funded since 2005 under the LIFE program, 124 projects, which is not nothing. Then the great advantage of LIFE is what they say themselves, their flexibility, which means LIFE projects can fund a multitude of issues related to maritime sectors, from habitat to marine litter to CO2 emissions, a number of best practices, innovative projects, and so on. It offers opportunities for small and for bigger, more strategic projects. And it also allows different types of stakeholders to find funding. For those who want to know more, please check out again the funding portal of CINEA, where you find all the details also on the LIFE program. I think important to know is that the LIFE calls do open up their funding possibilities, not only for EU, but also for non-EU countries, with that condition that the actions must have relevance and contribute to the EU policy. And there will be a next call in spring next year, and more information can also be found on the LIFE website. Now, to finish, and to honor the other colleagues in CINEA who are in the Horizon Europe program, and in one particular strand, those of waterborne research and innovation projects. They gave me some information which I want to share with you, and I'm sure you will have the opportunity to look into the links that are on the slide. So they showcased a number of projects where they think this could be a source of inspiration for future projects in the Western Mediterranean. So they all have to do with waterborne matters, emissions, underwater noise, etc. Important there to realize is also that there is not a regional focus under this Horizon Europe calls, as it's a pan-European program, but there will be a number of funding possibilities which can be really relevant to those who are working on green shipping topics. I have on the slide a number of strands which include relevant topics for this thematic of green shipping, and there is really an open invitation to non-European applicants to come up with your projects and to apply for funding under this Horizon Europe strand. Voila, with this, I just finished my presentation. I thank you for your attention, and of course, look into the CINEA funding portal. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.